6:50, it is primary day. We'll be hearing from a whole bunch this morning. Harvey Weinstein, the Hollywood film executive, he's supporting Hillary Clinton. There's a potential on the father of Ted Cruz, who's a pastor, and also David Limbaugh, Rush Limbaugh's brother. Earlier in the week, we talked to Eric Trump, Donald Trump's son, and I got to tell you something. I thought he put on a pretty good performance. Although I said that, and I think people are a bit offended when I say that.
I think it was genuine.
What I'm saying is, wow, I was pleasantly surprised in my conversation with Eric Trump. Like, he's a lot smart. I'm just going to say it. He sounds a lot smarter and a lot more level-headed than I ever thought he would be.
Yeah. Or than his father.
The daughter is sharp. She's a sharp tack, right? She's all over. I mean, you saw her on The Apprentice.
And if she weren't my cousin, I'd probably be dating her.
Okay. Yeah.
That was an effort.
Chelsea Clinton was in town yesterday. What do we know about that? I know that Rondinelli was covering that. Was it a nursery school or like a kid's school?
Yeah, it was just like you described. There was only about 40 people in there. I think they limited the number that could come in, but she did do some one-on-ones with the media afterward. So you can actually find that interview on our website with Jim Rondinelli at WIBX950.com.
And whatever happened to Amy Carter?
Huh?
What do you mean, whatever happened to her?
Whatever happened to Amy Carter? Do you remember how the daughters? I mean, Chelsea was had that awkward teen look when her dad was president, right? And now she's grown up to be a very beautiful woman, and she's traveling the state campaigning for her mother. And I just do wonder, you don't see anything of Amy Carter. And remember, Amy Carter was one, a little early for you, Manaski, but Amy Carter was always one that had that awkward early teen look.
It's really tough, I think, to go through that in public.
Yeah, right. So you're living those years and those awkward years through public. Yeah, I guess. A reporter named Steve Campion was covering this flooding going on in Houston. It's just unbelievable. And Steve Campion was covering the huge flood yesterday in Houston. And just before he started his report, a guy drove right into his shot and drove right into really deep water. And the car started to sink. So Steve Campion ended up going into the water and having to, here he is, the reporter, and he's got to go into the water and try to rescue the guy. But he was a bit, how they'll tell you, don't drive in flooded waters. You never know what you're going to get. Campion was almost a bit annoyed that the driver wasn't paying attention and did this, and now he's got to go in, and it ruins his report. Actually, it really created quite a report. Listen into some of the audio. Live shot ever. I mean, this is unbelievable how this fell into the lap of this reporter. I mean, it is incredible.
And everybody's okay, right?
I believe so.
You just not think the water was that deep?
Yeah, I didn't think the water was that deep. My car is under.
You got to leave the car. I'm just glad you're okay.
Yeah, I'm too.
Walk this way.
So you want me to go back
Tom,
to the
we
car?
can hear you. We're here on Sudamonts, where this is.
I got to tell you something. I don't know how he got into the water without his mic pack going bad. I mean,
well, and his mic actually did touch the water. He kind of held it up a little bit.
Hold it up.
Yeah.
You have to wonder, because then you'd have lost all audio, and that would have blown this live. In fact, I'm the one who's the hero here. I'm reporting on myself, the hero. That is incredible how that just played out on live TV.
That was great. I love the way the reporter handled it. I know he did sound a little bit frustrated, but I mean, he's yelling to the guy, "You got to get out of the car," and the guy's going, "Stay here? You want me to stay in the car?
You want me to get back in?"
I don't know. Maybe
Lordy.
this reporter hired this guy
No.
to boost his
Come on, that's a
journalistic.
How much do you think the car is valued at? I guess I don't know what kind of car it is.
Well, we don't, but there's no way that this is a setup.
I don't think it
is. It would be a good one. It would be great if we found out later on this was Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah. Gosh.
Let's see. Yesterday was the Boston Marathon. Patrick Downs talks about running the Boston Marathon on a prosthetic leg. You saw a lot of this, people that were out there running. Some had to do it on the bikes or the wheelchairs that were victims of that bombing that went off a few years back. He was out there cheering. He was out among the crowd, and he was cheering on members. The people who were victims who were running in the race. It was pretty pretty nice. Christine Moore is a woman in Washington who loves Ruffles potato chips so much. I mean, wouldn't it be great if something like this came to fruition for all of us, that potato chips are really what saves our lives? But in this case, that's the case. She's eaten them every day for 20 years, and they may have just saved her life. She got a chip caught in her throat back in February. The next day she went to the doctor, and the doctor found cancer. So they're saying that it was the Ruffles potato chips that allowed them to catch the cancer early, thus saving her life. So, see, if she had dip, it would have coated her throat. She never would have caught it. She didn't do the dip. It was just the chips. Saved her life. Got a break. Hold tight. It's WIBX.